So hello everyone. In our last video, I've left you a a polynomial and you had to put it in the standard form. So I'll give you the answer. So xy raised to 4. So x has 1 as a const or has 1 as a variable and y has 4 as the variable. So this has 4 plus 1, it's in the fifth degree. So xy raised to 4 is in the fifth degree, while negative 5x squared z has a degree of 3 because x squared, that's 2, plus z raised to 1, 2 plus 1 equals 3. So negative 5x squared z is equal to 3, or is a third degree polynomial. Now, because we're going to put in standard form, we need to put it from the highest degree to the lowest degree. So we'll put this thing first because it has the degree of 5, the highest degree. So we'll have x y raised to 4, and this one because it has a degree of 3 minus 5x squared z. Now we move on to the adding and subtracting of polynomials. Now, in adding and subtracting polynomials, you need to know the like terms and unlike terms. Now, like terms are variables or are terms whose variables and their exponents are the same, even if their coefficients are different. They're still like terms. For example, let me see, 7x and x, because they have the same variable x and they have the same exponent 1. So these are like terms. And how about 3x squared and 108x squared? They're the same. Even though their coefficients are different, their variables with exponents are still the same. So these are the ones that we're going to look at in finding like terms. So x squared and x squared, they're the same. So it's a like term. And last but not the least, 16, negative 16, and 5. They're still like terms because they neither have an exponent or a variable. They're both just constants. So that's all you need to know in adding and subtracting polynomials. You just have to find the like terms. Now, we move on. I'll give you a polynomial to add and we'll teach you how to answer it. So for example, let's give you one. For example, let's add 6x squared plus 10x minus 7 plus 2x squared plus 4x. Now, what you're going to remember is you're going to put together or combine the like terms. So here's how you combine the like terms. I often do the encircling to make it more easier because this is adding in the horizontal form. So 6x squared. 6x squared is same with 2x squared because they have the same or because they are like terms because they have x squared and x squared. Same variable and same exponent. How about 10x? 10x is same with 4x because they only have x raised to the first power and x raised to the first power. And negative 7. Negative 7 is by itself, so we'll just leave it there. Now let's add. Now once you've done combining like terms, you add their coefficients. You add their coefficients. So 6x squared plus 2x squared equals 8 because 6 plus 2 is 8. And just copy their variables. 8x squared plus 10x plus 4x, that's 10 plus 4, that's 14x. Then just copy their variable. And last but not the least, you put in negative 7 because this is how you add polynomials, they must be in standard form. They must be in standard form. So this has a degree of 2, degree of 1, and degree of 0. So they are in standard form. I'll give you another one. How about 2x squared? Let me just clear it for you so that we'll have space. How about 6x squared? Oh, I already gave that. How about 2x squared plus 6x plus 3xy plus 3x squared minus 5xy minus x plus 6xy plus 5. So you might think this is so hard. Well, I'll teach you how to make it easier. So to make it easier, you just have to encircle or put together the like terms. So 2x squared. What other number has x squared in their variable? So 3x squared. It has a 3, it has x squared. And since there's no more, then we're done finding the like terms for x squared. Now we find the like terms of 6x. Which number has x in its number? Only x. Only the x. So we'll have negative x. And you might say, why not 3xy? Well, because 3xy doesn't have or has a y in its variable. We're only finding the letter x. So we'll just find the exact like terms. And how about xy? So xy, 3xy, what other number has xy? We have negative 5xy and positive 6xy. That leaves us with only number 5, which has no other constants or no other like term. Now let's add this. 2x squared plus 3x squared, that's going to be 5 because 2 plus 3 is 5. And just copy their variables. Just copy this. So that becomes 5x squared plus 6x plus negative x. So that 6x minus x, it becomes 5x. 6 minus 1, x minus 1x, that becomes 5x. And we're now going to add the xy. So plus 3xy plus 5 minus 5xy plus 6xy. So 3xy minus 5xy is equal to negative 2xy plus 6xy is equal to 4xy plus 3xy minus 5xy plus 6xy. Just copy their variables and just 3 minus 5, that's negative 2 plus 6, it's 4xy. And positive 5. Now we're not yet finished because it's not yet in standard form. So we have to put it in standard form. So it must be 5x squared plus, because x has only the degree of 1 and xy has a degree of 2 because x raised to 1 plus y raised to 1 equals 2. It means that 4xy has a higher degree than 5x. So we must put 4xy first. So 5x squared plus 4xy plus 5x plus 5. And now we're done in adding